Stream, or you want to get
Designated player, Kinley Circle. Number 20, the first baseman, Zoe Wozniak.
Okay. Hey, Mr. Ferris, Tim Terry.
12, the third baseman, Emma Landrum.
Fantastic. Dr. Smith is along for the ride.
The second baseman, Grace
what a ride it'll be.
Number 27, center fielder,
Woo.
Taylor Humphrey.
Man.
The right
Yes,
fielder,
sir.
Number 15,
Yeah, if you have an open or something, if you want to send it to us, we can. Yeah, that'd be fine.
the Greenwood Lady Bulldogs. Number 3, Chris Passage. The second base.
Chelsea. Parker.
The shortstop, number 15, Ali Shockey.
0 for 2.
Shockey. Number 11, third base, Maddie Cartwright. Number 9, first base, Natalie Thomas. Number 17, the catcher.
Hello again, Bulldog fans, and we welcome you to Mountain Home, Arkansas, Freedom Field here in McCain Park, the site of the 5A State Girls Softball Tournament. Tim Terry with you. Glad to have you aboard here on a beautiful Thursday morning.
Claire Chappell.
Sun-drenched sky, 58 degrees here in Mountain
The
Home.
pitcher, number
And
8,
we are getting
Haley
ready to
Bennett.
start round one here, the first game of the tournament in Mountain Home, the Greenwood Lady Bulldogs and the Lake Hamilton Lady Wolves. Joining me this morning, the good doctor, the director of athletics at Greenwood High School, Dr. Dustin Smith. Well, it's finally here, Doc.
Yeah, it's here. I mean, you said it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful place in the state of Arkansas. You come up here, it's just gorgeous, and this field is spectacular. It's all turf, so that's an adjustment obviously Greenwood's going to have to make, but we're ready for some softball up here in Mountain Home.
We'll stay right here, and you can enjoy the national anthem with us, because we're about ready for some softball. Almost Kennedy Hahn-esque.
Yeah, almost Tim Terry-esque.
Yeah, right. Hey, I'll get on that thing one of these days. Yeah, first round, 5A State. This should be a good one. Of course, the Lady Bulldogs, one of the favorites this year to make it to the state championship next weekend. Of course, we all know it's going to be down in
Benton.
Benton, yep. So hopefully the ladies can get off on a good foot. We've seen, obviously, no tournament last year with the COVID. The year before, a finals appearance, lost to Sheridan. The year before that, we hosted this thing and got upset in the first round by a Jonesboro team that had no business beating us. So we've been up and down on this postseason. Won a title in 2015 and 1999. We're in the finals in 98, also in, I think, 2017 as well. So,
there's no thinking there. That was another one of those Sheridan one-run losses.
Yeah. So Coach Saki is no stranger to postseason, and this will be a good chance to see these girls. You just got to get out and go. The turf field, artificial surface is definitely a difference. That's why we played at Bentonville. We stayed in Fayetteville last night or practiced over there. And so that will be, hopefully that's helped out, getting as much work as you can on the turf. Well, it's Emma Hayes, the shortstop for Lake Hamilton. She's a left-handed bat, at least for now, and she will lead it off with Haven Clements in the circle for the Lady Bulldogs, her battery mate, Charlie Taylor. Haven's a senior, seasoned veteran, old number 8, and here's the first one. And the slap hitter pops it up, and Cutsinger coming in from center field makes the catch, out number 1.
Good start there for Haven Clements. You talk about throwing strikes with Haven. Talked to her before the game. Said, hey, we just need you to throw strikes. If you can throw strikes, and that's a good start to get their leadoff hitter.
One of their better players for sure up top. Here's Anna Marie Tice now. She's their left fielder, a right-handed bat. Maddie Cartwright's over at third, even with the bag. You've got Ali Saki at short, and Haven's first one to Tice is outside for ball 1. Chelsea Passage at second base, a couple of seniors, a couple of Lady Razorbacks in the middle infield, which is, you just think about that, how good they can be up the middle. And then Natalie Thomas, who's been hitting dingers. That's a strike low, but a called strike, 1-1.
And that was the inside corner. The pitch before was on the outside. So, you just got to learn the umpires, too, what they're going to call the strike zone, and Haven's got to settle in here.
That one's fouled off into the fencing here, 1-2 now. Thomas and Cartwright and the infield corners lead the team in home runs. Both of them have just been hitting bombs all season. You've got Kinley Fisher, a senior, out in left. We've heard of Cutsinger already with some action in center. And Claire Chappell, a sophomore, is out in right. There's a swinging bunt, and Taylor got it as it was going foul just in time over to Thomas at first. 2-3 on the put out. There's 2 down here. And Kaylin Kaufman, their catcher, will give it a shot now, and she's a left-handed bat.
Number 21, catcher, Kaylin.
The good start again. That's just a swinging bunt, as you mentioned. And Charlie's got to get out of her crouch and get out there and get the ball, and she did. She was able to make the throw.
I don't think it was going to go foul. This turf, I think it was just going to kind of ride the line there, so a good decision from Taylor to pick it up and throw it down to Thomas. Here's the first one to Kaufman, a called strike from Clements, and she's dealing here early, and that's a good sign for Haven.
And one of those you mentioned, there's no fall.
Yeah.
So the ball getting down the line is you're going to have to play it fair instead of trying to let it go foul.
Here's the 0-1, and it's a little low. 3-man crew officiating here in the state tournament. Don't have dimensions for the field, but I'm pretty sure they're probably close to 200 all the way around here at McCain Park.
Now, if you go over the baseball field, which isn't far, it's past the right field corner here, 390 straight away.
Sweet Maria upstairs for that one for Clements as it kind of got away from her. 2-1 now to Kaylin Kaufman, their catcher.
Those of you joining us can see it's all turf. It's about 5 years old. They've opened this. Beautiful, beautiful complex. But it's an adjustment. When you haven't played on turf all year, Mountain Home would have an advantage, obviously, knowing this field.
This ball's lifted, but it's foul. She hit it a ton, but it really would have been out of the park, but pulled it foul. So 2-2 now. Long strike for Kaufman. Wow.
Yeah, there's scurrying down there in the hospitality area in the concession area.
Whoa, hospitality area.
Yeah, there's big white tent out there.
Hey,
hospitality.
Hey, will there be some trout?
I don't know if there'll be. I'm not sure what's on the menu. I'm sure it's going to be COVID friendly.
Yeah, right. Yeah, maybe there's some trout. We went over the White River a while ago. Wow. 2-2 now to Kaufman. And Clements brings it. That one rolled in. Full count now. Maddie Duke is out on deck, their pitcher, if Kaufman can extend the at-bat here in the top of the first. No score the first round of the 5A state softball tournament. Lady Bulldogs a 1 from the west. Lake Hamilton Lady Wolves, who came in 13-9, 8-6 in conference, are the 4 from the south. And she walked her. Couldn't hang in there. And we've got a base runner here. Maddie Duke, their pitcher, will come try to help herself out. A right-handed bat. The Lady Bulldogs come into today 22-8, finished 13-1 in conference.
And you've seen the lineup for Lake Hamilton. Started with a left-hander, then a right-hander, then a left-hander, now back to the right side. One thing Greenwood doesn't fire at you is a left-handed batter. So, again, when you're Haven, you just got to try to locate. You're worried about the 17 inches of home plate. You're not worried about what side of the plate they're on.
Here's Clements' first one, and it's in there swinging a miss. Good pitch from Clements, and Duke swings at strike one. The bases obviously are real out on the field, but everything else is natural or is artificial.
One other thing you got to get used to is sliding on turf.
Yes,
it's
sir.
Different than sliding on dirt, and if it's wet, obviously you got to start sooner, but It's not wet this morning, that's for sure.
There's a ball fouled, just pull cued over to the first base dugout where the Lake Hamilton Lady Wolves occupied. It's 0-2. For listening on radio, Lake Hamilton's in the road grays. They've got the maroon numerals front and back, Lake Hamilton in gold across the front. The Lady Bulldogs with white tops, blue trousers. Greenwood is in navy blue across the front and navy blue numerals front and back. This one's in the air right to Postage, 2 steps back, just on the edge of the turf, the brown turf. No problem for Chelsea. And a little pop out to the second baseman will end the top of the first. There was one runner left on base for Lake Hamilton. Greenwood coming to bat. We'll have the lineup for you after this timeout. It's the first round of the 5A state softball tournament. We're on Greenwood Sports Center online and the Sports Hog 103.5. A minute. Now just give me 30 here, Bill. That's fine. If y'all want to get in here and sit. We can move, yeah. Y'all can enjoy the broadcast. No, sir. We are back here at Freedom Field in McCain Park, Mountain Home, Arkansas. 5A state softball tournament. Lineup for the Lady Bulldogs. Chelsea Postage will lead it off, then Allie Saki. Maddie Cartwright's in the 3-hole. Natalie Thomas bats fourth. Charlie Taylor in the 5-hole, then Macy Cutsinger. Claire Chappell, who's in right field in the DP today, bats 7th. Haven Clements in the 8-hole. Kinley Fisher bats 9th. Ireland Cooper's the flex player today, and their scorebook official scorekeeper is kind of wondering about how they were going to do Chappell as a 9 DP, and I said, well, I think that Cooper, the flex, is going to run for her, but he thought it was kind of awkward, but I tried to tell him that Coach Saki is the master of the rule book, and I'm pretty sure it's –
well, I went and talked to Saki myself, and Saki said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to run Ireland the first time Chappell's on, then reinsert Chappell, and the courtesy runner from that point forward will be Abby Summit.
Gotcha.
So he's doing it that one time just so he's taking advantage of the flex and the DP position is what he's doing.
Here's Chelsea Postage, the second baseman for the Lady Bulldogs in the leadoff spot. She is committed to the University of Arkansas at Fayetteville. Chelsea need to get that bat fired up for this 4-game tournament. Good time right here to start against the right-handed pitching Maddie Duke. Kaylin Kaufman is her battery mate back behind the dish, and she's right-handed. She batted left. I was worried that she was a left-handed catcher, but she is not. Here's Postage digging in, favoring the front of the box, and the first one's a called strike. Not a whole lot of velocity from Duke.
And that's the scouting report. They're not going to blow it past you. They're going to be in the zone, but 48-52 probably.
Let's see if Chelsea can adjust and rip one. That's upstairs, ball 1. Boy, that's tough to lay off that. That's a great take.
That ball looks even bigger. I mean, it's a big ball anyway, but it looks even bigger when it's coming up there that high. Good job by Chelsea to lay off.
7 miles an hour wind. It's kind of blowing in, I guess, across the field left to right. That one bounced in. Postage will take it. 2-1.
And quite a 1, 2, 3, 4 lineup. Top of the punch for the Lady Bulldogs.
Right.
This one's going to Arkansas. The next one's going to Arkansas. Okay.
Here's the 2-1. And Postage lifts this one, pulled foul, though, out of play, and it's 2-2. Just got to wait a little bit. 2 balls, 2 strikes to the Lady Bulldogs leadoff Chelsea Postage. She's the second baseman.
And Chelsea sets the tone. You want to get her started here get the first runner on.
Here it comes. And it's upstairs. You fouled it off. Foul off the trash a bit. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, PA letting you know.
Right.
And it's blind behind the press box, and that's how you have to enter the field. You have to go around. So it's a blind walk-up, and that's what he's offering the heads up for.
Right. And here comes the 2-2. It's upstairs. Good eye from Postage. Full count.
And this is what you want out of a leadoff. You want to see as many pitches as you possibly can, and then you've got a scouting report. You go back to your teammates and say, hey, this is what I've seen, because you're going to see all the pitches. And when you get 6 pitches in an at-bat.
There's a ball lifted to the left. Did she get all of it?
Nope.
She did not. Left fielder with a nice little snow cone out there. She gave it a ride, but it's out number 1. And that's Anna Marie Tice out there and left with a little snow cone. Here's Allie Saki now. Her and Postage talking over. Just like you were saying, Saki says, let's go. Bring me some of that cheese. Shortstop for the Lady Bulldogs. Batting up around 600. Just has been seeing the ball so well this season. Allie Saki, 4-year starter over at shortstop. And here comes the first one from Duke. And it bounces in. Ball 1.
That may be the good scouting report against Saki, just not give her anything to hit.
1-0 count. Even at the bags, at the corners, they know we're not going to be doing any bunting. You need to stay back and hope. Here's the 1-0 from Saki. And this one's fouled out of play right side. We're set up behind the netting. They had an indoor spot for us, but we're enjoying the sunlight out here. Cool breeze. Get a little ambiance from the locals.
When you get interesting defensive lineup, you see they're playing Saki to pull. I mean, right fielder is way over in right center. Center fielder is shading left center, and left fielder is dang near on the line,
right
down the line. They know Saki's not have any intentions of going to right field.
But she certainly can. That
She
may be
can.
what Dad said. Take one over towards the old American flag out and right. It's blowing straight in from right now, so a northeast wind. Here's the 1-1. And it was way low. She went down after it and fouls it into Cartwright, who's on deck. He bounced off the wall and hit Cartwright.
Yeah, and Saki said, hey, we need you. Move back.
And her mother's thinking about all the dental work she's gone through. And her dad back there is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here it comes to Saki. And a changeup's just powder puff to the second baseman. No problem. Little pop out. 2 down. You know, and this reminds me of that Jonesboro game a couple years ago where the pitcher was just some kind of pitch into contact, and we could not get a hit off of her. Got beat in that first round game there at home. Here's Cartwright. Now Maddie's a sophomore third baseman up in the front of the box, and she's had no problem hitting dingers. But first pitch swinging, this one's into center fielder, comes on, makes the catch. Well, 1, 2, 3, they went. So we talked about the firepower up top. A flame out here in the bottom of the first inning. No score. We played an inning of softball here in the first round. Game number 1 of the 5A state tournament here in Mountain Home, Greenwood, and Lake Hamilton. Greenwood Sports Center online and the Sports Hog 103.5. Thank you. 30 seconds is fine. Okay. Yes, sir. Sounds good.